What's up, guys? Let's talk sharpeners. So last year I did the video series on sharpeners, and I kind of left it open-ended and inconclusive. The top brands that I showed were good sharpeners, but before that series started, I used the Wicked Edge, specifically the Wicked Edge Go. I have always had the best luck with that system. That's this system here. I had it mounted to a marble base, and then it has the clamp here. It's similar to this new setup, but it's way more basic. You had to use, Allen keys and stuff to tighten everything down. One of the the only major issue I had with it was recently I've had problems with the clamp. The threads and the seat that this screw sits in to tighten the clamp down. So this clamp is made out of aluminum, and the bolts are stainless steel. So they have a hole here, and you see that little bit of a seat down in there, and then this bolt gets caught by that little bitty seat there. Well, the seat started pushing through here. So when you really clamp down on a knife, it started to pull through. So I had to sand what little bit of meat was sticking to there so I could clamp down. And it's to the point that if I kept using it, it was eventually going to pop through and fail. So there's no telling how many hundreds and hundreds of knives I've sharpened on this thing. So I'm definitely not calling that a premature fail. Probably falls more under maintenance. So I don't have an issue with that. I did want to upgrade because I didn't like having to use tools to clamp down my knife. Some knives it didn't work great. Some knives it works better than others. This one doesn't use tools. It has adjust the camera a little bit. It has a clamping system. See, you just push that down. Man, I can't tell you how much nicer that is than what I've had. Also, I had no fine adjustment. Or no set adjustments. I had to use my angle cube and set these every single time, which was not a big deal. I sharpened most of my knives at the same angle, and I just had to set it and slightly adjust it for knives that were taller. But this one, I can adjust it and set it to 20 degrees, adjust these out and get them at 20 degrees. And I may have to adjust it a little bit per certain knives, but for the most part, I can stay at 20 degrees, 19 degrees, and adjust the whole thing. I really like that feature. Also, I had to have that big granite base on my Wicked Edge Go. I don't have to have that here because this thing has some weight to it. It must be made out of solid steel because it's very heavy. Of course, all this is aluminum. I sharpened 2 knives on it yesterday. It was very nice. And of course, with Wicked Edge, when you have new stones, it will sharpen a knife in just a few minutes. The new stones will eat through metal like you can't believe. Unfortunately, on the back side of that, when they get to about 50%, it takes a while to sharpen a knife, and the lower you get, the worse it gets. And they're very expensive to change. That's the only negative I have about the Wicked Edge. That and the price. The price of the stones and the price of the machine. Now, I'm no expert. I don't know if it's worth it or what it cost them to manufacture it, but this thing comes with a monster Pelican style case that holds everything in its place. And don't get me wrong, it is cool as hell, but I have absolutely no use for it. When I set my sharpener up, this is my video table, but next to me over here, I have a sharpening bench. And I have all my stones set up, angle gauges, everything there. This thing will never leave there. I'm not going to take it anywhere. So it would have been nice to be able to get a little bit of a discount and have the option to not get that case. And they may offer that. I just couldn't find that. The best deal I found for this was on Amazon, 800 and some odd dollars. The everywhere else was 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. But this is the Gen 3 Pro. I'm very, very pleased. Even things like this, like on my Wicked Edge Go, I had to drill holes in it to have a place to put the height adjuster for this is where you set your height for your knife. This one, it comes with it. Has a place to put your stones. But I also, what I use for my stones, I really like this setup here. I use this. That and stones that I'll swap out, I'll keep extras down here below it. But the only difference in this one, as far as adjusting from the Wicked Edge Go, is the height of it. So when it's on a regular height bench, you find yourself reaching up in a position where you're just not used to sharpening. I'm used to sharpening down here. So you'll work muscles you've never worked before. So I'm probably going to want to build me a lower bench, one that sits down lower where it's easier to operate. But overall, the quality of the machine and the way that it sharpens and the clamp, I'm very, very satisfied with it. I've used every sharpener that I know of that's on the market. I have probably every one of them in my cabinet. I have cabinets above my sharpening bench. I have all the sharpeners that I got through the Sharpening series, and most of those worked great. They just don't work as good as Wicked Edge. There's a reason, they can charge more money, because they're the best I found. The only one I haven't been able to try is the Russian knife sharpener, but I can't imagine it's any better than this. But it may be, but I've come to the realization that this is as good as I ever need. This does a fantastic job. One thing I can tell you for sure is nobody makes diamond lapping films like Wicked Edge. These put a mirror edge on a knife like that. And you don't need the 15 they sell. You need 2, right? I keep one on each side. Have a set here. I sharpen, so the progression I sharpen is, let me move this to the side a little bit. Sneak this in here. Sorry about all the bounciness. Okay, so this is 100, 200. I rarely ever use these unless I'm doing a big reprofile. This is 400, 600. This is what I start with almost every time. 800, 1,000, 1,500, 2,200. And then these are just 3,000. They have a lapping film glass on one side I don't use. But I stop at 3,000, and then I go to my lapping films. I use the orange one and the pink one. Orange first and then pink. I don't remember what grits they are. Then the strop just a few times. I have the ceramic set of the ceramic blocks. They don't work very good on super steels. They seem to just glide over it. They work well on carbon steels. They'll put a nice shiny edge on carbon steels. But if you're going to get the Wicked Edge and you can afford it at I think $50 on eBay, there's a guy selling these, and these work really well. This is made out of some crazy kind of 3D printed plastic that absorbs the water out of your stones and evaporates it. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but it's really cool because my stones are always dry. That's a huge benefit. Overall, the machine is killer. I mean, if you can fit it in your budget, this is the way to go. If you're just starting out, I urge you to get the Wicked Edge Go. It may be, from what I'm looking at, it's about the same price as all the other sharpening systems. It's just better. And it only comes with a couple of 3 sets of stones, but that's all this comes with. You have to work your way up, and that's what gets expensive. So about 2-3 months ago, I replaced every stone I had, and whoo, don't do that. That hurts. Replace them one set a month, one set every 2 months if you sharpen a lot. if you don't sharpen a lot, you can get a year or better out of these things. So the number one stone that wears out for me are the 800 to 1000s and the 2200 and 1500. These and these wear out pretty quickly. So I always keep an extra set of those. This is a deal to set the angle of your knife, but I don't really use that. Anyway, two big thumbs up for Wicked Edge. I worked with them a little bit to try to get them to do a sponsorship in the channel to try to do a giveaway, but they've already done all their promotion work for the year, so we're on the list for next year. So hopefully they'll kick a Wicked Edge Go or something our way we can give away in the group. I'm gonna get my Wicked Edge Go, get new clamps for it, have them send me new clamps, and then I'll probably be selling mine in the group. If anybody's interested, you can message me. But yeah, Wicked Edge Gen 3 Pro, super cool system. Highly recommend it. Wicked Edge Go, I highly recommend it. It's a basic system that does everything this system will do, almost just as fast. This is just more for people who sharpen a lot. I'm gonna start sharpening knives again for hire, so I'll open my books back up in the next few weeks. So I'll be sharpening a lot of knives, and for me it's important to sharpen a lot of knives fast when I do that so I can keep the cost down. If you're just sharpening your own knives, that Wicked Edge Go will do everything you ever need it to do. That and a digital angle finder. So anyway, that's the deal. So if you guys are interested, if you have questions, message me. I'll be glad to talk to you about it. Guys, thanks for watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.